Fremont Street light show. Inside a spaceship and the aliens are outside coming in to get us. And just there, that's the Golden Nugget, that's the 4-star casino we're staying at. There's a better shot of the Golden Nugget where we're staying. Occupies a couple of blocks.
Have you ever seen a girl man?
This is the Pioneer Club, also on Fremont Street. It's a famous icon you often see. This is the old Mormon. This is the Mormon trading post that was halfway between Salt Lake City and San Bernardino. It's on Las Vegas Boulevard, or the Strip. That's the library across the road there. This is a school or some building. We're on Washington Avenue. You can see the hills in the background. This is the old Las Vegas Mormon Fort, where Las Vegas... This is Hoover Dam. You can just see the ramparts on the top. We're about to go over it. There's the cars in front of us. And there's a statue of a man that was killed in the construction of the dam, I guess.
No, he's just a worker.
Or just a worker, as Cindy says. That's the Art Deco embellishments.
We're driving along the outskirts of Las Vegas, and in the distance we can see the casinos of Las Vegas. There's the Stratosphere, and all of the hotels along the Strip. There they are.
This is the Excalibur, where we're going to see our show in a few minutes. It's up the other end of the Strip from where we're staying. And there it's next to the Monte Carlo. And on the other, oh, that's New York, I think. And on the other side, you can see over there the Mandalay Bay and the Luxor. The Luxor has a great streak of light up into the sky. There it is. So here's the panorama back to the Excalibur with a full moon in the background there. Okay, we're inside, and this is our dinner table. There's lots of other people like us. We're in the Dragons area. Not sure how clear this is. Here's the arena and the people on the other side. Here's the same shot using the night vision feature of this camera. It certainly increases the contrast, but you lose the color. Now we're in the Luxor. Got their Christmas wreath. Now we're inside the pyramid, and you can see right up to the ceiling here. The Sphinx. Here's Cindy in the Luxor elevator, and we've just been admiring the hieroglyphics. This is the Luxor at night, and there's the great laser light up into the air. Here's the same shot using the night vision feature of this camcorder. Now we're up on the 19th floor looking down on the Luxor, and earlier we were looking up, and these are the view from near the rooms. You can see them. We're up actually in one of them, but I can show you the two that we're not in. It's quite an interesting view. The elevator goes up and it also goes inwards. Now walked around a little ways. Can't get over the size and scale of this building. Look at all those hotel rooms up there. Sphinx. We just went up on an inclinator, like an elevator that goes across. This is the view of the strip from the Golden Nugget where we're staying, and that's the stratosphere out there. This is Rhyolite, a deserted mining town. This is the BLM people who are managing the site. And this little building is made up of lots and lots and lots of bottles.
Care, it was good stuff. That sidewalk was built 20 years after the house was built. This mesquite tree was planted here in 1908.
There's a map of the town showing 7,000 people at one time, early 1900s.
Right there.
So you reckon that's a piece of rhyolite?
Yep.
This is the old Rhyolite Bank or Stock Exchange. And there's another old building. Only the stone buildings are left here. The wooden ones were all burnt down or transported when all the gold was gone. This is the bank, Cook Bank. That's the schoolhouse built in 1907, the last building in this town. Here's the view of the street, and if I zoom up you can see the same mountains right there, and now there's like nothing. This is the Rhyolite train station. It's one of the best preserved buildings. On the left there are some Joshua trees. Here's a photo of some of the old trash and tin cans and so on that's strewn about the place. This is the Last Supper, also in Rhyolite. It's a statue. And in the background is, I guess, Mary or someone. Here's some more art in the desert at Rhyolite. Not sure what that is. Someone on a bike. And there's some miners. Okay, we're in Death Valley now. And this is the 20 mule team. Soap and borax mine. Or smelter here. This is some of the bottom of Death Valley. As you can see, it's very salty. There's Cindy on the sand dunes at Stovepipe Wells. Now I'm looking out to our car, which is where we've come from. This is the mesquite plant, which can tolerate dry and salty conditions. It's also used by the Indians for food. They eat the seeds. There's Cindy running down the sand dune. Notice the wind, the ripples made by the wind and the sand. The desert floor. We're looking out, I think, at the Owens Valley. We're out of the Death Valley National Park, and you can see the road we took. It cuts across the valley and up the other side, kind of directly up there. It was 6% grade coming down, and it was quite a nice drive. And that's the other side from where I'm standing. This is a view of downtown Chicago from the airplane. This is 115 Diane Terrace, where we're staying in Stratford, Connecticut with Cindy's parents. The neighborhood is very New England looking, and all the houses were originally the same on this street. And just out there is the Housatonic River, and that's Cindy taking a photo. And the Housatonic River is actually quite high at the moment, and it may even flood in the next day or two. Now I'm completely done the 360 and we're back at Cindy's parents' house, which has recently been painted. We're still on Diane Terrace, and this is the duck pond just down the road from Cindy's house. And when Cindy was a child, she used to go ice skating on here. We're here now in early April and it's well thawed out. This is the power plant just near Cindy's parents' house on the banks of the Housatonic River. The river's actually quite high now because they've had a lot of rain lately. There's these nice reeds or rushes here growing up. And what would that road be where the freeway is up there, Cindy?
That's Route 1, the Boston Post Road, and that's Metro North train.
Thank you. There's Metro North train. There's the more of the reeds. This is how the oil comes for home heating. In Connecticut. This is the basement, and this is the tank that the oil's stored in.
We'll do it later.
Here's John's model trains, again in the basement. And now we're going around to look at the furnace. Cindy's guiding me the way.
This side of the basement is the wood shop. And this is the hot water heater.
Let's have a look inside. Very nice.
This is fairly new.
Replica of a 1932 race car that was driven by Wilbur Shaw. The body is all done from the original bucks that the original race cars were done on. And the engine is a 1932 Model B block with a dual overhead cam assembly. That engine originally would put out 50 horsepower, now it puts out about 200.
Wow.
It's a 28.
28 Ford Roadster truck.
This is a 28 Ford Roadster truck, similar to the one John's got in his garage.
Sandy, are you looking for something to do?
ride this.
No, it's gotta be sanded now.
There's a
Yeah. But we gotta
Another
have somebody
Ford.
show you how to sand.
in a state of
You can.
repair. There's the office.
And an original engine block in it, but the head is what they call a Riley 2-port, which gives it much more horsepower.
This is a 28 Roadster.
And these headers were made of special for it. They were a lot longer.
Oh, really?
And I cut out of here, I re-welded them together to make it fit. The transmission is from a Ford Mustang.
Wow.
That gives it a 4-speed. This is our current project.
There's Frenchie on the right. Dave Hamill.
Cindy got me all
There's the painting room and the hangars. This is a photo of the truck when it came in. This is upstairs, some of the more of the truck. Oops, sorry.
Okay, best part.
All this when we get paid too. Yeah, it's
Put your hand in there and there's sand.
This is a small
that
sand
rolls
blaster.
around and takes the... Gets off all the rust.
There's the before and after on the
This is how
sandblasting. Milling machine, lathe, drill press.
And that's a real race car. It's a real original race car. Unlike the other one downstairs, it's a reproduction.
What kind is this one?
It's what they would call a circle track car. It has a 32 four-cylinder engine in it.
These cabinets are new.
Because it's a new phone.
Oh. Do you need me to do that today?
No, we haven't got time.
The office. Here's the kitchen area.
Maybe we'll do that when we bring the car back.
Okay.
Here's the bathroom if you want to get pictures.
Here's the awards.
Yeah, we like it that. Oh, I don't know, a year ago, a year and a half ago.
That's where Archer's son used to live, and now Sandy lives there in the basement. And now I'm doing a panorama around, and through the trees there you can see Archer's other car barn. He's got two on this property and one on another nearby property. This is John riding in the Sparrow. This is a three-wheeled vehicle.
Turn it the other way. More. That's reverse. And it won't change from forward to reverse if your foot's on that accelerator at all.
Oh, okay.
It only takes...
Alright, there's Cindy ripping it up in the Sparrow. What is that truck up there, John?
It's a 1934 double B, 1.5 ton stake body.
Now we're upstairs in Archer's car barn number 2. And there are 9 vehicles on this floor, and I think 7 down below.
It's not going to be finished like this.
No.
This engine is the same as the one that was in that race car.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Wow.
So we have one in the race car and one in this car.
Cindy's driven this car.
Yep.
It's a Roadster, and it's her favourite.
She likes that engine with lots of chrome.
Hauser.
This is another Roadster.
It's another 32 Roadster. This is a 49 flathead V8. This is a nice running car. Pretty big barn, huh?
Here comes Richard driving the Sparrow.
Run you over. Your turn.
Here he comes again. What do you think, Richard?
That's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
This is a quick shot of Tara and Jeff's house in Stratford. This is the red Honda Civic that Steve has loaned us for the trip.
and it said no.
This is the Hudson River looking over at New Jersey.
Yep.
We just went by the George Washington Bridge, or near it.
Sewage treatment plant, sanitation facility.
They printed like the first from this or
I think this is Trump Tower, the circular building.
Tower, I guess I'll make this light too.
We're on 48th Street here, looking for a park.
Like the hotel where all the people from
Still on 48th Street. This is Times Square, where the New Year's celebrations occur every year. Kind of from there around to there. This is the Naked Cowboy, a New York landmark. He's singing with his guitar. This is in Greenwich Village. This is what's known as scratch eating. It's scratched on. This shop is Toys R Us, and inside it has a Ferris wheel which you can see going round and round.
What was it?
Cindy's just ordered this New York cheesecake, as did Tara. Notice the different pattern on the two of them. There's Tara on camera, zooming in. Jeff, say hi.
Hi.
We're in Tony's family style Italian restaurant on 43rd Street in New York. Here we are in the Producers in the St. James Theatre. Hi Tara.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, we just figured out how I'm getting a new phone. She's getting mine.
There's the Producers, the show we saw. There's the rest of Times Square, glittering away. George Washington
I
Bridge.
think we've done both. We've been at 10.
We're now on Cape Cod in East Falmouth, and that is the cabin that we're staying in, Steve's cabin. I'm just going to give you a little panorama of the street we're on. There's a couple of boats here. It's a kind of a seaside feel, and the ocean is just down the end of the road there and to the right. Just walking in the door. This place has been, here it is, the main room. Through there is the kitchen, and there's Cindy. Cape Cod smooth sailing.
Yeah, he likes to talk while I'm on the phone, but actually right now he's videotaping.
And there's the master bedroom.
He's walking around. I know.
The second bedroom.
It's really good.
The bathroom. The kitchen. There's Cindy again. The stove. And out there,
Yeah.
that's the laundry, and I've just stepped outside. Outdoor shower this way. There's a barbecue in the backyard. This is inside the shower, a few leaves there. The decorations are known as the Cape Cod style. Those are seashells. This path is actually made up of seashells. There's a historic cabin just down the road from Steve's. The water is just behind it. This is the seashore here in the Cape. All the houses. I'll give you a panorama of this little inlet where we're staying. Steve and Ellen's house is to our left. And there we are, just about the full circle. I wanted to point out this cluster of leaves in this tree. Cindy says this is a squirrel's nest. It's visible in the wintertime because there's no leaves on the trees.
I don't have too far to go. Come on, you want?
There's Cindy on Seacrest Shores, looking lovely. The corner of Bayside. And I wanted to show you, here's a boat. We've seen numerous boats. Now they shrink wrap them in this white plastic to get them through the winter. It's quite incredible and a very common practice here. We're at Falmouth. We just had our breakfast at a 50s diner. Now we're looking at the beach. Across the way there is Martha's Vineyard, the island. Some very nice houses along this section of the beach. I think that this is a cranberry farm. Of course it's winter, so there's no cranberries. We're in the Mohican Casino in Connecticut on the way back from Cape Cod, and this is a 50-foot indoor waterfall. This is Grand Central, New York. This is where the Kenny Kramer tour starts on 42nd Street.
So I figured his hair is long, it goes up, I have long hair, it goes down. He's clean shaven, I wear a mustache, and you know, I've been losing hair in the front of my head. I was a little bit self-conscious about it. I could have become one of these comb-over guys. You ever see these idiots? Nobody knows, I have a full head of hair. But I figured a baseball hat backwards, probably one of the most obnoxious looks a grown man could walk around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
we're now in Kmart, where artifacts are for sale. T-shirts, mugs, books. There's where we were. See Don Giovanni restaurant? That was the site of the world's first comedy club, where Jerry and Larry and others were performing. This is the bus that we're taking our tour on. Now look, we're actually on 9th Avenue.
Okay.
But you don't buy, that's your district. Now in New York we have three kinds of theaters. We have Broadway theaters, off-Broadway theaters, and off-Broadway theaters. Same surface that they use at the U.S. Open. So this is an official practice here in New York. It's been here since 1960, Second World War, and the Pacific Theater, and they have all the planes on board. And in the front there, that black plane, the Blackbird, that's the world's fastest jet plane, manned jet plane. And parked on the other, underneath that Market Diner marquee. So the next time you see that episode, you'll say, hey, I know where that place is, right there on 11th Avenue. And Seinfeld continued to use it to establish Rose.
This is the hospital. And this is where we got our junior mints.
This is where Kramer was being chased by the cable guy and climbed over the wall and ran through the park. That's the picture. It's so unflattering. And it was his choice. But that's the place that was the inspiration for that Soup Nazi episode. Written by Spike Pearson, as I said. And you know, this year he's usually been open.
Three animals, are they different sizes?
I don't know.
Well, if they're different sizes.
Hey Jen, did you get all this stuff from your baby shower?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
Let's show some of this.
What's your favorite thing you got today, John?
My favorite
blanket that I
thing.
made?
Yes. The blanket that Cindy made.
What's your second favorite thing?
My stroller.
What's your third favorite thing?
My mobile.
Okay.
And
bedding.
my bedding.
No, we didn't want it. Just kidding. You know
There's
what my
the
favorite thing we got was?
change table there.
Yes.
Who gave you that?
Hillary, it was my Christmas.
Oh, that's cute.
What's favorite?
Back the first year.
Telling the truth.
Yeah, this is great stuff for drawer sides and things.
And you have to go. And you have to go.
But he would go to this home and then he'd bring wood back because he.
Yeah, I would actually return wood because I didn't like the grain once I got it home.
What's that, Jen?
No. These are onesies.
He'd look at it and say, no, I don't like that. And so he said,
More
this one,
clothes.
you know, he would keep moving the wood apart to see if it would.
Since it will be summer, we'll just wear
Like
onesies
this is
all
two
summer.
separate pieces of wood here. And this is two separates and this is two separates. But I will try to get all the grain to match. On the door front, this is three pieces. Three separate pieces across here.
This is South Lake, where I live. And it's springtime. And we have some new geese. As you can hear, they don't much like me being here. This is the North Lake. There's some kind of a shag. Just beyond it are some ducks having a little sleep. There's some fish in the lake. Now this little bird has the most amazing webbed feet. There's a large black fish In there, I'm not sure if you can see it or not. There it is. Like a catfish. I have noticed turtles here before, but there's none today. The lilies are just starting to bloom. Some redwood trees here. Some more geese. The dove. Hi Cindy, where are we?
We're in Washington, D.C. It's the 4th of July, and we're going to see Washington's great fireworks display tonight.
Yippee! That's great. Look at all the people around us. And look, just up there, that's the Washington Monument. So we're sitting just down beneath the Washington Monument. And there's a look up the mall. Up there is the Smithsonian Institute, the original one. And this is just a panorama of where we came from and all the people. Over there is the security checkpoint. And that's looking up the mall towards the memorial. This is the Boschman's residence in Gaston, North Carolina. There's the boat that we may be going out in shortly. In the panorama of Lake Gaston from North Carolina, looking across to Virginia. I'm shooting the same thing again with the night mode switched off. From North Carolina looking to Virginia.
Well, here's John. Gonna reverse it.
Cindy takes loads of pictures.
Well, that one would be good for,
This is the Rose property, starting about there and going, you can see those stones, that's where we were earlier, to about there. Hey Cindy,
Hello.
what are you doing there? Wow, that's a big bowl of stuff. What is it?
I'm making 2 chocolate mousse pies.
2? Why do we need 2?
Because we're going to 2 events.
What are they? Look at the camera.
We're going for a bike ride and out to lunch with Keith Murdoch tomorrow. And tomorrow night we're going to a party for Joanne Chang. And it's as easy to make 2 as it is to make 1. So I'm making 2 for...
You got a regular little production line going there, haven't you?
That's right. Here's my pie crusts. They're ready to go.
I'm now in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I'm staying at Circular Lodge. It's a B&B. Actually, it's in Lisbon, just outside Belfast. And I'm meeting up with Gilbert Watson, who's going to show me around some of the Watson family areas. This is the maze, and here are some horses. There's the maze in the background.
And the nobility and the lords and ladies, the numbers of those that attended declined, and generally racing went in.
This is the view from the race stand at the maze, and over in that direction is where the Watson farms were.
Centre of the race course there originally, there was a big hill, big sandy hill, and the spectators used to sit there and watch the race, because obviously in the middle of it they had visibility all the way around, and they would have actually cut into it and lit fires and cooked a wee bit of a lunch while the races were going on. And even in latter days, relations of the Watsons, a lady called Ada Poots, whose mother's maiden name was Watson, they came here on Sunday school excursions and actually played on that hill.
Oh really?
What happened over the years was they built a motorway. With the advent of motorways, they needed a whole lot of fill to fill up a bit of a bog, so the racecourse people sold the whole hill to the construction company, and that's why it's not there anymore.
Oh.
Such is the price of progress. They would know that Belfast was down there, right? And I would say that Henry and Pierce, if they were in Belfast, if they might have been there once, and then finally they would have made the decision to go down there and get the boat, Liverpool, and then travel down England. depict the Boeing going out in, what, 1874 for New Deal.
To New Zealand? Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. So that's the Lagan Valley
That's the Lagan Valley.
looking towards Belfast.
Belfast.
That's the spire of Hillsborough Parish Church, and over to the right is a monument
to the Marquis of Downshire.
The Marquis of Downshire.
Yes, who would have owned all the land that you can see before you.
And the landlord of the Watson. This is the Swinburne property on Donegal Road, where this is an old Watson residence. Gilbert's not sure if this is Pierce Watson, which is my ancestor, or one of his, or another Watson. And we're now inside the old Watson residence. It's no longer lived in, obviously. This was the building that we were in. Lovely old building. No longer lived in.
Photographs from the other side, you'll be able to see.
Here's some stinging nettles. We're looking at the balance of this 7-acre property down towards the Lagan, or the river which runs to Belfast Harbour. That's Aldergrove House.
Well, that's the position of Aldergrove. The old house is away now, don't forget.
Right, where the old house was, on the Cockhill Road. And you can see where an old stream was there, which joined up with the
fed into the River Lagan, and that's referred to in the letter from Canada to New Zealand.
Okay, the Wee River, sorry.
And the names that are associated with this land are Edward, Henry, Pierce, John Henry, John, Charles. That's about it.
That's just about all the Watson names.
Running from the first leases start in 1777.
Okay, 1777 onwards. It's the St James Primary School on the road we're on. Lord Dunshire's crest on the top of that sign. And back there are the outhouses. That's the church next to the school.
Sorry about the weather conditions, but it gives it a real Irish feel to it.
This is the River Lagan. This is the Mays Station Hotel, 1837. Quite likely a drinking area of my ancestors. This is a Monrovian church.
Kilwarren Moravian Church.
Moravian church. Very simple.
Dressed in his robes as a Greek.
All right. Don't forget the actual warden there, the Moravian church. All right, and get any.
This is the Moravian church that we've just been inside.
And from Hot Springs.
This is the inside of Hillsborough Cathedral. Here's Downshire. who sublet his land to the Watsons. There's some Watson names up here. And this is looking outside of the front of the Hillsborough Church. There's the cemetery that's attached to the church.
Those would have been Irish miles.
Oh,
Irish miles are longer than English miles.
oh really? So there's Irish miles and English miles. This is the Hillsborough Fort. Next to the church. There's the Hillsborough Cathedral. Oh sorry, Hillsborough Church. And this is the fort. Hillsborough Lake, which is artificial. The cathedral, sorry, the church, and the lake.
The gates aren't contemporary with the house. They came from Ridge Hill.
Lord Downshire's house. The statue we saw yesterday. A statue of Lord Downshire. This is a Lisbon train station. There's the train station again. Lisbon train station. This is Lisbon Square. This is Lisbon Police Station. Note the security cameras and the fort-like appearance. This station was attacked by mortar when the IRA was particularly active. So it's very, very fortified. There's the station in the back.
The Royals, they just call that keeping the family, okay? Always call that good? Okay, anyway.
So we're in the, taking a tour.
He actually defeated,
we're in the Catholic section.
We defeated James the Battle of the Boys. Right, that's the 8th block, okay? And 1976, before 1976, everyone was committed, everyone who was convicted of a terrorist offence was put in what they call before 76, put in a Nissen hut. The top right house there on the road is a Nissen hut.
It's the H block somewhere up there. This is the peace wall. It's 42 feet high, and they still throw stuff over it.
Come on, get back, come on. Okay, my favourite message is one from Australia. It says, "Can't work you guys out. Stop this shit and have a beer. The game's over, boys." The most unusual message I ever seen was Canadian. It says, "You think you've got problems? The damn Americans steal our fish." That's what it says, okay? That's the thing about America. But I always get confused between Australia and New Zealand. Tell me, is it Australia or New Zealand where men are men and sheep are nervous? Come in. There's any more the trouble's got worse and worse.
This is one of many peace walls. 42 feet high.
So he grew up when the Troubles began in '69. It was ideal for someone like Lenny Murphy to get involved in the Troubles and to sort of have a hatred of Catholics. Anyway, Murphy himself got out of prison in 1982. He killed.
Obviously, from what it is nowadays, there's a photograph here of that's Bombay Street back in 1969. If you want to pass that around.
Where's the wall?
In this area, quickly spread to other parts of Belfast. Right here, all these people named here, by the way, are all from this Clonard area. Clonard. And it takes its name from the big monastery. You can just see the rooftop of the monastery. Guys were either it was taken shortly after. These guys were either making a bomb or keeping a bomb. These two people, man, Bobby, plus another girl, the real Farrell, the three of them were shot dead in Gibraltar. Who's anybody ever hear that? In Gibraltar, no? So these were three well-known IRA people. They travelled from Ireland, made their way to Spain, made their way on up to Gibraltar. They were followed all the time by SAS soldiers, soldiers. It was believed they had gone there to plant a